He's already working talking.
Cheese, man. Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, cheese, Mike. Cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Hot cheese.
Family Feud.
Hot cheese.
Document that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new, exciting live episode of the Original Sports Podcast with me and the Barbershop crew. This is our pre-holiday show. We're coming to you from our favorite place. Big shout out to Matt and Paul for letting us here. What are you drinking, Rasheed?
We're at Rockwell. I'm drinking the peach Izzy with the big juicy.
Oh, nice.
It's called Juicy Peach.
Noobs, what are you drinking today?
Drinking a little water from Kirkland's.
Along with this, Youngie, what you got?
The big juice.
Yeah, big juicy.
Pause.
I'm the softest of the bunch, y'all. I'm drinking a seltzer. It's a hard seltzer.
What is that?
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
hard.
It's hard.
Hey.
I don't want to get bloated because I'm getting ready to ship off on a cruise for 7 days.
Nice.
Man, I got the free drink package. Actually, my wife did,
You
but
gonna drink that much?
Wait, we got a free drink package? Bartender.
no, not necessarily.
I'm
But
drinking, bro.
at the end of the day, here's how I see it. We got the free drink package. If I feel like drinking, I will.
At the end of the day, you're not going to be seeing.
Is it like 15 drinks a day?
It's like 7 drinks a day.
Oh.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice.
But it's good. It's fine. It's fun. Hey, y'all like my shirt today? I want Peasy.
Joey Porter.
Peasy.
That's Joey Porter.
Hopefully I don't fall. Joey Porter, baby. This is actually,
Senior.
this is yeah. I was gonna say it's for JPJ Jr. though. That's my guy right now. So I gotta tell you, my favorite thing about Thanksgiving though is just the fact that I get to chill out on the couch. I still watch the parade if I can. I've always watched that since I was a kid. It's just kind of fun. I've always wanted. That's on my bucket list.
You're gonna be on a cruise though.
I know I won't get to do it this year. I'll probably sleep till like.
Will they have turkey?
They will have turkey. You know what they'll also offer us though on that cruise on Thanksgiving Day? They'll offer us lobster. You can get 2.
because you live long enough for free. That's why they say don't rent the family. But then he got mad. Like, how you get mad?
All right, we're back. I don't know what happened.
He back.
Guess who's
Oh,
back?
shoot.
Back
He's
again.
back.
Just probably make sure that you got the thing about turkey.
Oh,
Talking about
what's your favorite turkey?
My favorite turkey? What turkey you like? Wow, turkey.
You don't eat turkey legs?
No.
Well,
The steak
Anybody like
leg.
leftover turkey?
I got the steaky leg.
I only like
I like
deep, I only
the
deep
sandwich
fried.
out of that.
I only like deep fried turkey.
You don't like deep fried?
It has to be deep fried. If it's just that dry out the oven.
I'm so scared to make a deep fried
Do you
turkey.
brine the turkey? I've been hearing that's up
Yeah.
a lot. Brining it.
No, they did 2 years ago. Or actually last year. Last Thanksgiving. Smoked it.
Machine will probably smoke for Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
But not the turkey.
No.
You have an appetite
Yes.
from smoking the turkey.
You eat early and then midday and then late. You eat Thanksgiving dinner like
We at 4.
Huh?
4 o'clock.
And that's it.
Every time, every day, every year. I mean,
Yeah. That's on time.
Time is early, right? Don't do it early.
yeah. So we sleep the rest of the day.
Exactly. You got turkey. Yeah, but-
I'll tell you what.
We used to have
Earlier
it.
than 4?
We used to have it like 2, and then we either you sleep, watch some football, and then eat again at like
Like
6.
6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh.
Back in the day when Young and I was
Yeah.
were younger, his mom always had it down her crib. 'Cause my parents' house, you walked in the front door, you were on the back porch. It was that tiny. You know, it was a steel mill town.
This was the kitchen.
Yeah, right here. And it'd be filled with people with Christmas and Thanksgiving, like just filled with people come and
I bet
drink.
it was a
My
great
dad
time.
set up a little bar on the
Great
counter.
time.
I should
Guarantee
stay
it.
out there for like 3 weeks, and when Christmas is over, he put that away.
Good.
You know.
That's good.
What he didn't realize was half of those bottles were filled with water.
I wonder who did that.
I don't know, Pat.
I drink all that alcohol.
I wasn't in on that one, not me. I have my own house to deal with.
You need me to tell you the story?
No, we're
I'll
good.
tell you the story.
We're good.
Hey, look, T Sizzle, Coach Noobs, and Rasheen the Dream, all here with me today. Thanks for joining us.
Wait, that's the new Rocky Machine. He been at the gym. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Hey, yes. We're looking for a 50-year-old for me to cover. If you think you can get open 5 out of 10 times, hit us up. 50 years old. Bring it on, man.
We know somebody out there.
You must run a 5-1 or better.
5-1 or better.
5-1-40.
Oh, man. He done put me down. That's not what I run these days, actually. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't swift the foot.
Those hamstrings get a little tight.
Hamstrings, everything. That's just hamstrings.
Then you wake up the next day and you're like,
Yes.
I'm good for
That's
2
how
months.
I jog, actually. But yeah, if you're 50 years old, you can beat me 5 out of 10 times. Give us a call.
Martin be playing shuffleboard on the cruise. His hands get tight.
Shuffleboard.
I go up into the gym, I do a little something up there for about 15 minutes, and I sit in a hot tub for 2 hours. You know?
Everyone else is doing what? Everyone else is just on their own.
Yeah.
But who's all going? Just you,
Me, Sarah,
Sarah,
and Vincent.
Okay.
We don't bring in girls.
Good.
Unless they got money, they ain't coming with me on trips to the world. It's
Damn.
all over.
I feel you, man.
It's all over.
I've been waiting to get to that part.
We just found
I
out the
always
other
gotta take
day.
the kids.
Check this out. We just found out the other day. My brother-in-law and his wife, she's getting stationed in Uganda for like 3 years. So Terry texted me right away, like seconds after. We're going to Uganda in the summer of 2025. But we got to get like this shot, that shot.
I
Yeah.
ain't messing with them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, we're in on it. She's like, I already looked at flights. I mean, how many times you get a chance to go to Uganda for free other than the flight?
You're gonna be kidding me. Let's go with the show.
Well, listen. You know, there was eating people over there at one time.
Uganda.
Yes, that's where Idi Amin's from.
Oh, really?
Yes, be careful. I know somebody whose granddad went over there,
Yeah.
didn't come back. Last call he made was he was in Uganda fighting with Idi Amin. Yeah.
Jeez.
Edie's gone.
His grandson plays for the Bears now.
Oh, yeah?
Penn State.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law said that Uganda has the most some type of gorilla, and I'm like, shit, I ain't going nowhere near a gorilla. And then he said it's the youngest population country in the world. They're the youngest population. So
Is
that was
a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends how you want to look at it.
Like children in the corn?
Life expectancy might be kind of low. I don't know.
Is it like children in the corn where the kids run the town?
All I know is that I'm gonna make a trip to Uganda next summer, and I hope my wife isn't thinking, let's go 7 days, because it's probably like a 18-hour flight.
Does that mean we have to change the name of the barbershop crew?
I have no words.
It'll just be the barbershop crew, right?
I have no words. Was Kamala from Uganda? Yeah, he was.
The wrestler?
The Ugandan giant, Kamala.
Yeah.
King Kamala, yeah.
Shit.
Moon on his belly.
Yes.
Half
He
moon.
was actually from Detroit, but yeah.
That's funny.
Somebody admits it if they're from Detroit? No, that's why he said he's from Uganda. Yeah. Hey, spontaneous reactions, guys.
Hit it.
Firing of Jimbo Fisher. The man had $175 million at Texas A&M. They got to pay him yet. Now, what do they do? I mean, who are the candidates? Already Prime got, they start floating his name. He's like, no, I'm not interested. Thanks.
Norvell, a guy who used to coach there, Mark something. I seen it this morning. They were talking about that. Norvell,
Oh, the guy from Duke.
Yes,
Duke.
yes. That's
Oh,
him.
really?
That's it.
North Carolina?
Woo!
Yes, no, he used to be the defense coordinator.
Yeah.
At A&M.
At
Yes.
A&M. He was the
Yes.
coordinator at A&M.
They say him.
Yep.
Yes, Kingsbury.
The old Cardinals coach.
They're going to have to find him.
Yeah.
Kingsbury, he's like somewhere.
Taiwan or somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, don't call me for a year. I'm good.
That's cool. That's a good idea. But yeah,
He was out.
that's the guys that I've been hearing. So
You ever see his crib when they showed his crib when he was coaching?
yeah, that was nice.
So nice. But he said on the thing, he was like, I'm never here. What's the point of having it, right?
Yeah.
So what would you guys do with that 75 mil? Would you go back to coaching or would you just kind of
I'm done.
walk?
I'm done.
I'm gone. I mean, wait, but he's not getting it all on Friday, is he?
So no, but
Right.
the deal is, check this out. I just read this. $20,000 is what he made on his first job. $20,000 as a coach in college.
For a year.
He now will make $26,800 a day for the next 8 years.
Not 20,000 at A&M.
No.
No.
His
When
first
he
coaching
No,
job.
his first coaching
At
job.
Bloomfield
It was like
State.
Troy State or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But now he's going to get
So break this down. What's he getting? Since
Bobby,
he's-
75 Bobby
On
Bonilla.
Friday?
No, he
No.
gets a big payout the next month. And there's another one in 90 days. And then it's yearly after that.
It's like a Bobby Bonilla contract. He can get
Okay.
paid for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not coaching again, man. It depends on what he likes. Me, I like the water. So I get me a nice big yacht. And just,
That's
Be
it.
on the water.
yeah, I love
the
the
ocean?
water. Yeah, I'm a water person. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I like to see
So
whales.
I'd like to buy a
sharks.
house on.
I think I'd like a house on
Dolphins.
the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
Okay.
go to the ocean.
I mean, 75.
I ain't going way out.
You
There's
can
no
have one of
sharks
each
in
at
the lake.
75 million, right?
You
Buy
go a few
a
places.
$2 million house here, $2 million house
I ain't
there.
going that either.
Why's that?
I just ain't. I'm just take care of my family, take care of people less fortunate people who need stuff.
One of the things I do, and I was just telling him this the other day, my small town I came from, Steelville town, we were just talking about it. I would definitely
KA all day.
I would go back in there and drop a couple $1 million
There you go.
on it just to kind of keep
Yeah.
the town up.
Right
I would
there.
take all the drug addicts that are infesting that town and kick them the fuck out. Go.
Hey, how about this name? How about this name? I know they need a
I like that.
Urban Meyer.
That name was not on the list.
I like his name was Sour.
Yeah, he's.
I'd never coach again if I
For
were
what he
him.
did at Jacksonville, but he has a good track record in college.
I'd never coach
No.
again if I were him. He did a shit ton.
I'll bring back the Duke guy. The guy who was there.
Dude, if they get him,
He knows the culture.
that's the guy.
He's been there.
He is.
Probably it ain't gonna cost you nowhere near as much as it cost you.
How about this, though?
What he's
Where did
done.
Jimbo Fisher come from first?
Florida State,
Florida
right?
State.
He was born in there, or did
And
he
then
come
did
from
he
somewhere
coach-
before that?
Didn't he coach with
Like LSU?
Saban too? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
We gotta look that up.
Google it.
Yeah.
But
You on that, sir?
I was not impressed when he was at Florida State. 'Cause
No,
he had
he
good
didn't do
talent. And
anything there.
he didn't do anything.
Right.
So how do you make his name?
I knew he took over for Bowden, but then I
Yeah.
didn't know like along the way.
How do you make his name if he wasn't very impressive anywhere he's went? I mean, they have.
He's a good recruiter.
He is.
He's a good
That,
recruiter.
I would say he's good
He's
at
like
that.
Bob Malloy.
Well, Bob won games too. Bob won
His
games.
assistants won games.
Bob won games. He did some good stuff. I like Bob.
So he's 45-25 with the Aggies. What's the problem?
This year.
That ain't enough.
And they had the best
Their recruiting classes, yes.
They have the number one
Years, 2
recruiting
years
class in the
ago, right?
country.
Several times they're in the top 5 like the last 5 years. You're not even getting the SEC championship, bro. Come on, man. Something's going on. You got the money.
They
The
got
money is just flow. It's just
They-
sitting
Put the
around.
money in
They
the
said they got
players.
some of the best NIL
Heck,
in
yeah.
the country.
Oil money, bro. They got money. They're getting recruits. But then again, let's go back on that. Is the 5-star and 4-star? Is that legit?
It's inflated, is what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Who's making that call?
Right.
This guy's a 5-star. This guy's a 4-star. Like we said,
Some dude who never played.
So who's giving them stars? Is that like state by state stars, or is
I
that?
don't even know how that works.
Some rivals and some of those
I don't even know how that works.
Max Preps.
Stan Lemming.
based on times and measurements.
Yeah.
Stats.
It's more of I think it's more about what they project you to do when you get to college or when you go as you get older.
Well,
But
you're 6'5", 245.
You know what I mean? Like-
6, so you're good.
yeah,
You're a 4-star.
yeah, that's you know what I mean.
But it doesn't necessarily mean you're a four-star. You got to play the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. 100%.
I'm curious to see what Anthony. Now, this is a prime example of a guy to me. He had off the chart numbers when he did the combine last year. Got drafted really high. Anthony Richardson. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I'm not saying he's going to be great. But I want to see what he can actually do in the NFL in a 16-game season. That's what I want to see. I mean, it's not even
Like when the kid from Damascus, when he played, right? Could you say, man, this kid can play?
yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been to places where there's quote unquote 5-stars and 4-star guys, and I got to tap guys on the shoulder and say, hey, what number is it? Yeah, like I shouldn't have to do that.
Like
Go down to
Darnell Dockett when he played at Paint Branch was like that.
Yes, I heard he was crazy out there.
That
click it.
Yeah, I heard he was very good.
Well, they still show highlights of him. I just
Yeah.
saw some highlights of him
Yeah.
recently. I was like, God dang.
Yeah,
He was a man amongst boys. He had that big ass
but he was bigger than everybody too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and faster.
Yeah, but you know what? Brisset, how do you say that, Mike?
Z.
Brisset. He's still in it in New Orleans right now.
Yeah.
They have one of the top defensive
He's doing
lines.
well,
I
yeah.
mean, God bless that kid.
Yeah.
He really has brought his A game all the way around. I think he struggled a little bit at Clemson because he had some injury issues.
and personal with the family.
Yeah, that poor kid.
I
Definitely.
would have advised him to off his tackle. Like, he would have made a shit ton of money.
Wow,
Really?
wow.
Off his tackles
Is
make
he
more
big?
money than
Oh, they have like tall,
course.
height wise, hips, arms. Okay.
He's a big kid.
I guess tackle, guard, you don't know.
You're a big kid.
I'm hoping sometime in the
He's
summer.
so quick. I think he would have been amazing at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm hoping to
He
get
didn't
him.
like it.
I'm hoping to get him around sometime in the summer. Come on and talk with us. You know, he's just down the road. We know a lot of people that know him and he has relationships with.
Good kid.
Yeah, he is.
Great kid.
Always was. You know, my favorite memory about that kid is I coached Bocce. Yeah, you heard it right here. I coached Bocce, and we went out to Damascus to play. And Damascus has a huge population of like special needs kids. Okay, so this kid. It's during football season in Bocce actually, or during the end of football season. Anyway, this kid came out of the locker room. You could tell he just finished practice. Came out, was hanging out with the special needs kids, like helping them out. And I was just like, I tell you, look at that boy.
That's really cool.
You know, he didn't have to do that. He just went home. He knew what his fate was. Let's face it, he knew what his fate was. But I had high props for that kid ever since I saw him do that. I really did. Could you see some of those kids we have playing Division I from Northwest doing that?
I would hope, but
There's a couple I can think of that wouldn't jump on that train.
Hey, with the Jimbo stats with the money I saw the other day, he's getting 76 million severance, right?
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, the Power 5 schools are paying 146 million for coaches to walk.
Walk away.
oh my god.
2 years, Power 5 schools 146. Jimbo's getting more than half
No, half.
of that to go. So that's
Crazy.
some big money there.
Yeah. I won't even argue with those guys. I'm like, okay. All right.
It's almost makes you wonder if he sabotaged.
But are you sure?
I mean, that's crazy. I
Upset.
won't even argue with
You
those
got
guys.
guaranteed money.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you need me out.
My thing has always been like, I'd love to know what some of these guys actually know. Some of these guys come
Get on
in.
the board.
Yeah. I want to know what they know.
I always say that.
That's where we're going.
You know, yeah, you do. And we're
I
headed
always say
there.
that.
We're headed there real soon. The second piece I have The second piece I have on spontaneous reactions is, Harbaugh took a hit this week. He got another 3-game suspension. He had a 4-game suspension for a recruiting violation to start the year. Now he's got that 3-game suspension. And did you notice, like, they said to him, they said something about, well, he was going to fight it, and they said, well, we have an investigation underway. He's like, okay, I'll just take a 3-game suspension. So he really didn't want the whistle to be blown on him. What do you do with that guy? Like, what do you do with that guy? This is 7 games in one season. He is going to sit out.
Completely different topics, but probably one of the biggest scandalous to me in regards to all the crap he's doing as the Penn State situation years ago with Sandusky.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing has come to this forefront like this, but he's always in the mix of crap. He's got to be out of there. Why are they keeping him?
Are you interviewing?
How can the NCAA let him be coached?
Because the NCAA is so poorly run.
It's shit.
just
They'll get around to it by the time
It's
he
terrible.
leaves. By the time he leaves.
I listened to somebody make a rant today on TikTok about what McAfee said, and part of what he said was true, and he knows who he is, who's out there. But part of what he said, he's not seen the big picture with the NCAA. They're making bundles and bundles and bundles of cash in the NCAA. Money hand over fist, probably close to what the NFL is making because they have so many more teams. But at the end of the day, like, they don't have structure. In my opinion, the NCAA doesn't have structure. We're going to do NIL.
They lost total control.
Wait, what's the structure for NIL?
Portal, NIL, they lost so much control.
Portal was really bad.
Yeah, the portal. We're gonna let you transfer and play somewhere else next year.
And play.
What?
And play. You don't sit up. You have to play.
I mean, there's, if I was the kid from N-Dubs that bounced from one school to the other this year, I'd be looking at going somewhere else next year because he's not getting highlighted.
Right.
He's the number 3 or 4 guy there, and that's what he thought. They painted that pretty picture for him.
Right.
But going back to Harbaugh, what do? You bail? You go to the NFL? You start interviewing?
Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Does he have options?
I think the university's going to sit down and talk to him. Now, you saw yesterday they fired the one assistant coach.
Yeah, he's out.
The linebackers
Yeah,
coach.
he was in on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Destroying computers and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's going to come of that. I don't think he leaves.
Listen,
I
as long as
agree.
we don't see Sharon Moore crying today when they beat Maryland, be all right.
I don't think
That's it. That dude.
That was a bit much.
Yeah, it was.
I love you, Harbaugh. I love you, man.
Yeah,
Like Jerry Maguire, what's he doing?
You see, like, doesn't Budweiser have a commercial? Didn't they have a commercial like that? I love you, man.
yeah. He ain't going anywhere.
No.
He
Well,
needs to.
I want
They're
to.
winning. They're winning. He's not going anywhere.
In and of itself, I mean, I like the one in Baltimore that coaches because he adjusts his system to the team he has to keep himself at the top of his game. Okay? I do like that about him. He did support his brother, though, in all the bullshit he's doing and getting the seven-game suspension. I get that, too. But this guy here, it seems like shit falls him everywhere.
You can't get rid of a winner. You can't get rid of a winner then.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't
Especially in
you
college.
bring it in.
Well, they win it all, especially, right?
Hey, let me-
Even if they get to championship game.
It doesn't matter. They're going to win.
That's why.
They're gonna win
That's why when he
with
got the
without.
3 games, I didn't think nothing of it because you got him in his pocket. You got to take money because suspending for 3 games doesn't mean that he can't be there all week. How you know he's not on the cell phone talking to people during the game? I mean, that suspension, I knew. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I can tell you, I got suspended from coaching as a high school coach one game, and I was on the phone with somebody somewhere else, and they're like, "This is a situation. This is where we're at. What do you think?" Because they didn't know how to call my offense the way I would call it.
Right.
I mean, that's just you can get around that shit, but at the end of the day, the NCAA. I blame a lot of this on the NCAA for not having firm rules with firm consequences if you break those rules in place.
It is.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
It's like hockey. Guys do shit in hockey. One guy does the same thing as the other guy, and one guy gets like 3-game suspension. The other guy's like, "Well, we're gonna, you're getting fined $3,000."
Right.
Like, how is that fair?
I
Put consequences and rules in place.
NCAA is just bad. It's bad.
The sad thing is that's the world because we see it in high school as teachers too. We see it in high school. So, hey, let's move on. Let's go to Week 10 NFL recap. Browns and Ravens. Browns with an amazing comeback, 33-31. But what happened to the Browns was they lost Deshaun. So now they're down Deshaun, they're down Chubb for the year. You're bringing in basically your third string quarterback is starting. It's not even your second team guy. The kid from UCLA, what's his name, Graham Thompson Robinson. He brings in a dimension kind of like Lamar because he can run the ball very well.
Yeah.
I think he throws the ball solid. He's not great.
Decent.
Kind of like Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Inexperienced though.
He is
inexperienced.
Thoughts on, are we going to get to him?
Well, in terms of the Steelers, I never feel good when we play an inexperienced person. Never.
I forgot the Browns are cursed though. That's just crazy stuff.
Mistake on the leg.
And your quarterback. that's
Mistake on the leg.
Yeah.
The Browns, the Ravens, the real Browns are better than the real Browns.
Yeah.
Basically.
Then the replacement Browns.
Yeah.
That division, though, is still on fire. It's still at the top of the league. You know, if you look at division by division records,
Yeah.
you know, that division is still at the top of the league.
But that's what happened also Thursday when Burrow went out. He's out. T. Higgins is out. That team's taking a step back.
Yeah.
They're in
another
trouble.
stuff. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
another stuff for sure.
Um,
How about that whole situation?
Well-
Get into that, and I want to jump the script.
no, we can get into that.
I don't care
Because
they filmed him with a little brace on his wrist prior to the game.
So you know what they tried to say? They tried to say that was part of his wrist coach that he was wearing already.
Or
I'm like, what? Wrist coach?
I need a wrist coach. What's that?
in the locker room.
Well, when you wear a little armband, they call that a wrist coach.
Give me the signal. Play number 2. What's that?
You know, I don't buy into that either, Mike. I don't. Yeah, in the Browns or the Bengals are in serious trouble about that. The league is going in depth to discuss that.
So what they'll do is they'll lose the draft pick, probably.
That's it.
That's pretty severe.
yeah, it is. Very
If it's an early draft pick,
third round.
If
That's
you
what I was
don't
saying. Chelsea
announce an
third round.
injury,
Yeah. I think they'll lose the draft pick. But a third round pick is significant. That
Hell
could, be
yeah.
that could be a starter.
Yes.
Terry McLaurin was in the third round.
That's what I'm saying about it, but okay.
oh, that's a good receiver.
Especially
I bet he can get open against you.
Yes. Definitely.
You don't have to be 51 to get over this, Terry.
Definitely. I ain't jamming Terry.
No,
I just
Terry-
played him this week.
Terry's
I put him in my starting lineup this
Yeah.
week. Yeah, hell yeah. I like Sam
against
Howell.
the Giants.
I like Sam Howell too.
Sam Howell's getting it done. He's leading the league in passing yards.
But what happens to the Browns? Is this it for the Browns? They lose their quarterback, who I wasn't really sold on to begin with.
Yeah, you can't win in the NFL without solid quarterback play.
Right.
100,000%.
No.
Even solid, it got to be solid. It can't even decent.
The only team ever, I think, the Ravens, right? When they had
Dilfer
yeah, Dilfer. Wasn't that the only
That was
time?
because of
Ever?
the defense.
defense.
The only time I've ever seen that.
That was the defense, man.
Tampa Bay.
I think the defense
Tampa Bay.
defense
They
keeps them
had
in.
Dilfer too, right?
Brady.
No, it was Brad. Who Brad Johnson played for and won the Super Bowl? Did Brad Johnson play for somebody who won the Super Bowl? Was it Tampa?
Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah,
He- Brad Johnson.
Sam Johnson, I used to call him.
He was pretty decent.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He's a big dude.
He's military.
He's a big dude.
I like
He's
him.
coaching
When he
somewhere
was
right
with,
now.
The Redskins, I like him.
You know what? He's coaching somewhere right now. I forget where it is, but he's got younger brothers that are playing in college somewhere, and he's helping out there. I just read an article about it.
The Browns defense definitely keeps them in, but they got a tough schedule
Yes.
ahead.
I mean, they do have the MVP in Myles Garrett.
Yes, you're wrong.
Let's not start that. Please. Please, let's not
He
start
just throws that shit on the fire. He just likes fucking with us.
These dudes are crazy.
Best defensive end, dude.
They got the Rams, the Jags. I'll skip the
They'll
Bears.
beat the Rams.
They got
San Francisco.
Houston, Jets, and
You
They
say
they can win a couple of them games.
Who, Cleveland?
Yeah.
who do they have? Say
They go 3-3.
they got Pittsburgh, Denver, LA,
6 games.
Jacksonville, Chicago, Houston, Jets, and Bengals.
that's actually a tough schedule.
It is.
Denver's won the last 3 games.
Oh,
Yeah.
their defense. It's going to be the defense.
Have you
Yeah,
actually
they've been
at
playing
the
better.
end
I
of
know
the
they
day?
have.
At the end of the day, have you seen Russell Wilson's stats though now?
I just saw you.
He's fucking killing it.
They
Yes, he's
Four
having a
interceptions, something like
great
that.
season.
What is it? You got to look up the
Yeah,
stats.
like 150 yards a game.
It's
No.
impressive. Yeah.
No.
He's good.
He quietly is having a very
He's
good
with the
season.
quarterback group.
You know, I mean, he's 34 years old, so we don't talk about him. We talk about C.J. Stroud,
Oh.
who's 22.
Also, you don't talk about because he had such a bad season last year. This is where coaching matters.
Listen,
As head coach.
they've turned it around. They've won their last 3.
Yeah.
They beat Buffalo,
Good.
Kansas City,
Good.
and Green Bay.
That's pretty damn impressive.
It is.
What
In
are
Green Bay
Russell
or-
Wilson's? How many touchdown passes?
Get to the stats, stat baby.
Stats on Russell.
It's pretty significant.
He
He
has-
has 400.
We got our own stat baby.
He has 1,800 yards,
That's it?
18 touchdowns,
18 touchdowns.
and only 4 picks.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not as good as Sam Howell.
Yards are bad. The yards stink.
But you know
How many games?
Let me ask you a question. If you won every game 3-0, would you be happy? Every game.
In NFL, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what they're doing, him having 18 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,800 yards, that's good. I'm okay with that. Like, people want to bitch about Kenny Pickett, okay? I get it. He misses throws. I get all that shit. But the Steelers are 6-3.
We're a bad 6-3.
Well, there's a lot of teams that are bad, whatever and whatever.
We're like the Vikings a couple years ago when they made it to the playoffs. They were like 14-2. We're that team now.
Here's the one thing about Pickett, though, and I'll say, okay, I'm homered. I get it. Shut the hell up. At the end of the day, though, I think Tomlin's saying, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
I don't need you to make these throws down the middle of the field, risking a turnover. I want safe throws. I want to move the ball down the field.
Let's think about that.
Put handcuffs on.
Let's think about that. That's safe. Them safe throws. That they're not going to get us first downs. That's not going to get us wins.
But you're not Tomlin, and you're not thinking like Tomlin. This is the way Mike Tomlin thinks, and I respect this.
Because why? He knows they're not going to fire him?
No, because he
Of
knows
course.
the defense will do enough to win.
There it is.
Defense is special.
This is
All their money's in their defense, dude. All their money's in their defense. That's where all their money
this
is.
is the question I asked you
Draft picks.
earlier.
A lot of recent drafts.
Yeah.
I asked you this question earlier. Would you rather have a quarterback who can win you the game or a quarterback who's not going to lose you the game?
B.
Then that's Kenny Pickett. That's Kenny Pickett.
Hey,
I'll take Mahomes.
I'll take Mahomes.
A would be like Josh.
I got B. I'm going to go with B. Not losing me the game.
Hey, what do you think
Because
Mahomes
he's
would
been
be?
throwing intercepting like
If Mahomes wasn't on that team, if he wasn't on
Say
Kansas
the
City,
Steelers. Put him in the Steelers.
oh shit, they might be 9-0. 8-1. They might have lost a
Would it?
San Francisco game.
Yes, because then Pickens can run some routes.
Pickens would be ridiculous.
Well, same coordinator.
We have to.
Are you telling me that they're not running Pickens around the middle?
I showed you the routes.
That's terrible.
They charted the routes. Everything is on the outside of the field.
To avoid getting
When,
fumbles.
when Pickens runs a route in the middle of the field, he scores a touchdown. He's so elusive once he gets the balls in his hand. He's so elusive that he gets in the end zone. The ball's in his hands.
Pause.
Pause.
That's from a health teacher.
Hey, give me one. But, you know, like, they showed it. Now, I'm hoping with Freiermuth coming back tomorrow for the Steelers. I don't know how we went down this rabbit. I'm sorry, we went down a rabbit hole.
Sorry, hey, what, are we Pittsburgh based?
Yeah, sort of. But at the end of the day, we're going to see what happens when Freiermuth is going down the middle of the field to take some of that pressure
Does
away.
Freiermuth mean less play for Washington? Because you know that Washington's been out there blocking his ass off.
Yeah, but Washington has like 1 catch for 6 yards.
2.
Okay. Yeah, he looks awkward, bro.
Isn't it weird?
And
He's
you know
so-
what's going to happen to him? He's going to tackle.
I told you that from the beginning.
6'10".
No, he's
How do you run such a good
6'9".
6'8".
He ran something crazy.
He
You're
ran
right.
a ridiculous time at the combine.
He's going to be Larry Brown. You know Larry Brown came as a tight end?
Tackle eligible.
I remember when Larry Brown was a tight end. Larry Brown played for the Steelers back in the 70s. Came in as a tight end.
Yeah.
2 years later, he converted to left tackle. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
Yeah.
You know,
He's athletic. Obviously, he's athletic.
it's awesome to watch Darnell Washington block.
Yes.
When he gets the ball, he catches it, but he doesn't go anywhere. It takes him a while to get started.
But having 3 tackles on your offensive line is pretty impressive.
That's
what
why
he
the
is.
running game's been clicking.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what I'm
look,
saying.
they're putting him over by Broderick Jones. Have you seen Broderick Jones block anybody lately? Like, you got to turn on the Steelers tomorrow because he takes dudes and he just puts them backwards.
Nice.
There is no penetration from the
I'm
side.
excited for him.
It's like that pizza from Belisario's. We put that back. Let's go. Next.
Our next game I was going to talk about was the Niners and Jaguars. Like, you know, we're back to where the Jaguars were, you guys. It was 34-3 Niners over Jaguars, and it was in Jacksonville. Oh, sweet. Shout out to our guy from Rockwell. Appreciate it. We're back to where the Jaguars are. You know, a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence. He can't carry a team. Travis Etienne went
I haven't
You
heard
know,
from him in weeks.
MIA. He really didn't do much against Pittsburgh when they beat him either. You know, I mean,
Travis ain't it?
huh?
Travis ain't it?
I think Travis is it, but I think
Trevor, I'm sorry.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Trevor is it as well. But I think you need to have a guy in there calling a more wide open offense for them. I think Peterson's a little too conservative with the way he's approaching it with the style of athletes.
So you guys are putting him on tier 2.
I don't know. He has 9 touchdowns, 6 INTs.
Yeah, that's very clear
Yeah,
cut.
9 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Tier 2.
yeah.
So he's got tier 2 too?
That's one TD a game. I would put him in tier 3 at this
That's
point.
crazy.
Well,
How many's Herbert have, just out of curiosity?
But he does have 21. He has 300 more yards than Russell Wilson.
at the end of the day, though, he doesn't have a guy calling wide open offense.
Herbert's offense, the Chargers are kind of struggling offense.
They're struggling, but Herbert has 17 touchdowns and 5 picks. So he's almost that's 3-1. That's more than 3-1.
What's Hal had? Can we look up Hal one time?
Too legit.
No, you're good.
It's
Too
look at
legit
these-
to
I
quit.
love looking at these numbers.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have these off the top of my head. folks.
It's good. It's good. You got to memorize that. I'd be worried about you.
This is what it's all about. It's a podcast.
If I knew
McAfee
these,
wishes, hey, Mac, you wish you were here with us, don't you? Which is McAfee. With his cut off t-shirt shit.
if I memorized these or knew these off the top of my head, I probably would be on this podcast. But it'd be 17-9. He's 17
Okay.
touchdowns.
What's he trying to
His
say?
yards are up 27.
I'd have a job at ESPN.
What's Oklahoma doing?
They just fired everybody.
2,700.
What?
I'm losing all.
2,700 yards.
That's crazy.
That is.
But they can't run the ball right now with Eckler because Eckler missed like what, 4 games?
No, we went back to Hal.
This is how.
He's, I like him. So do I. I like Brian Robinson though. Get the rock in his hands.
It's the offensive line's not very good.
So you're saying
tight ends aren't good blocking tight ends. Okay.
We're not talking about Mr. Howell from Gilead's Island. Next.
okay. Next game was the Steelers and Packers. Pittsburgh hung on to win 23-19. Here's my problem with that. They came out of the gates. They were scorching. What was it, 17-3 or some shit?
They scored the first 3 drives.
Yeah.
Touchdown, field goal.
And it wasn't that the Packers adjusted. It was that the Steelers adjusted the style of offense they wanted to run to go into the Tomlin shell, is what I call it. I call it the Tomlin shell, and they quit doing it. They quit playing aggressive offense.
Take the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
It's like they go prevent defense and prevent offense.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, every time somebody looks at me and they tell me, well, Tomlin, man, he get hired by 10 teams if he got fired by Pittsburgh.
He would.
I always chuckle to myself because I'm thinking, go ahead. Because, you know, this style of offense, this style of approach, I get it. We're winning. I get it.
No. My thing is, you got to be careful what you ask for. Now we got to get a new coach. Who's coaching? I always tell y'all this
Grass
in
is
the text.
greener. Grass is greener.
I always tell y'all this in the text.
Go. So
When you get rid of somebody, when you tell me something, we get rid of somebody, you need to come back with who we bringing in.
yeah.
I'm all for it.
Did you know they were going to hire
Go
Tomlin
through
when Cowher stepped away?
No.
No, you didn't because you didn't know who Tomlin was, right? So there's probably somebody out there that
Yeah, I don't know.
fits the mold just like Tomlin did, just like Cowher did as a special teams coach when the Steelers hired him.
If you were to go through the NFL, and you were to go through each head coach, and you would say, would I take this guy over Tomlin? I bet you take Tomlin over 3 quarters.
Of course I would.
Three
But on the
quarters.
other side of that,
Dave Ball.
You think more or no? You think
Dave
less?
Ball, Riverboat
Three
Ron.
quarters.
No, I'd take him over everybody in the NFC East, except for Philadelphia. I like
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
I take Philly's coach.
I take Philly's coach.
So you saying McCarthy, Dave Ball,
No.
and Riverboat?
Yes. Take him over.
You take Tomlin over all 3 of them?
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
Mhm.
Harbaugh?
I take Harbaugh.
No.
I don't even know who the Browns coach is.
Kevin Stefanski.
Young guy.
I heard he's on the hot seat.
And who's
Can you
who's
imagine
Cincinnati
being
guy?
6-3 with one of the
Oh,
top
yeah,
defenses
really
on
good
the
guy.
hot seat?
He goes to the bars after the game. Yes.
Who?
Cincinnati's coach.
Cincinnati.
Oh, Zach Thomas.
So right there, Tomlin's winning. He's winning, bro.
That's
what he said.
Three quarters might even be less than that.
Listen, I'm not anti-Tomlin.
I'm going to think of a few that I definitely would take. I would take Miami. I love that dude. He
Miami,
Kyle
Kansas
Shanahan?
City, San Francisco, Philadelphia.
All the winners, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The winners.
Yeah.
why are they winning? Because
consistent winners.
they are innovative. They're creative.
I agree.
They
I
are,
agree with that.
They're flexible, adaptable. There are all those things that you need to be as a coach,
But like
looking at your team and adjusting according to who they are, not who you are.
who's the coach at Buffalo?
McDermott.
Good coach.
I'd take Tom over.
They play together.
Because they fired the offensive coordinator,
Ken
but
Dorsey was
was that
the
his
scapegoat.
fault?
But there's
That's
an
what I'm saying.
issue.
It's not his fault.
There's
That's
some
what I'm
type
saying.
of
Then
issue.
what's his name throws on in picks?
There's an issue with that team.
It's deeper than the offensive coordinator. I agree.
Well, I mean, they see all the stuff going on Diggs. Like people aren't happy. There's something going on.
His brother spouting out, you mean? And then he said, I have a conversation with my brother. I can't help what he puts out there. Well, obviously, your unhappiness is stemming, from what's going on in the
You
locker
told
room.
somebody something.
And you told him,
Yeah.
yes, he's speaking on your behalf now.
Hey, Diggs boys, here's a challenge for you. Next time you're in Montgomery Village, hit us up. We'd love to bring you on.
Yeah, that'd be all.
Yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you out here too. But at the end of the day, I mean, Diggs is a stud, but he doesn't get it done to take them over the top. I kind of feel like Diggs made his break on the scene when he had that big catch in Minnesota a few
playoff-
years back.
the playoff
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Odell when he wanted out in New York.
He's the one-handed catcher.
And his dad spoke on his behalf on social media.
But Diggs is a top 10 receiver.
He is.
He's legit.
He's good.
He's leading the league.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh yeah, receptions. That's right. Yeah. But
Yes.
he easily. You couldn't say there's 9 guys better than him or 10 guys better than him. He's definitely a top.
So let's talk about this though, real quick. Let's talk about Kenny Pickett real quick, okay? I know we kind of dipped on this, but it's got to the point where people want to run a guy off who's being asked to manage a game. Okay? He's being asked to manage a game. The Steelers' MO, and this is Mike Tomlin, this is Coach Tomlin's MO. He wants to run the ball, control the clock, and win with defense. He would much rather have his defense out there to win a game the last 2 minutes than he'd rather have his offense marching down the field to try and win a game. It's clear cut. He doesn't have Ben Roethlisberger there, who's been around for 18 years. He has a kid who's played in the NFL for 2 years. He now has started enough games that equates to a season, essentially, and he still doesn't want to do that with this kid. He wants him to manage the game. He has the lowest amount of turnovers as a quarterback in the NFL, but he also has the lowest amount of touchdown passes with 6.
He's not making difficult passes.
No, he's not.
I don't like.
I think they are difficult. Those out routes have been.
Not at the NFL level.
I don't like.
They could have been. He had a couple pick sixes.
I don't like the fact that we're saying that this is what it is, even though we're not there. Like you're saying that Tomlin's telling him this and Fred's telling him that, and they ain't doing this. We don't know that though. We just see it. We're looking at what we see. You can't say.
I think if Mike T were here with us, he'd say, we want to manage the game.
I agree with that, Mark.
100%. And the way you manage the game is you control your quarterback by not making dangerous throws down the middle of the field, okay? By trying to run the ball. 207 yards on the ground last week. They had a huge week before. They've got the boy Broderick Jones playing at right tackle now. Jukes ain't coming back, brother. Jukes is gone.
You gonna trade him?
They won't trade him. They'll just cut him loose after this year, okay?
He done.
Or he'll let him battle on the left side with Dan Moore Jr., okay? Robert Jones, he went from never playing tackle on the right side to being a dominant right tackle right out of the gates. And it's insane. So Mike T has 2 running backs that can run the ball well, okay?
Make sure we keep that in their pocket too.
But he just doesn't want Pickett to be the reason that they lose the game. And we can take that to a game we watched last night, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus right here, but we watched somebody throw a pick that made a difference in a game, okay?
Right.
You don't put somebody in that situation if you're managing the game, and that's what Mike T is. He's always been that way. You guys know that. That Steeler fans know that. Even non-Steeler fans know Mike T likes to win with defense, and I get it. If you look at all those guys you're talking about, Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, think about these guys. Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, what's Walrus's name down in Kansas City? Alex Cohn. Yeah,
Reed.
What are those guys? What kind of coach?
Offense.
Offensive coaches,
Yeah,
right? Innovative offensive coaches. That's why their teams are explosive. The Steelers are not explosive. They don't have a quarterback who's a big high-risk guy because they believe in defense.
Their
Defense ain't that
offense
good.
is
He's
so
right
vanilla.
wing conservative football.
Defense,
So-
their defense ain't that good.
I don't think it is. I think the defense is good, but I think their secondary plays too relaxed. That's the problem with me.
They have arguably the best two defensive ends in the NFL
Unquestionable.
together, right?
Yeah,
Is there anybody
And,
better than that?
and you know what, Mike? Their pieces that come in, Marcus Golden and Nick Herbert,
Shit, yeah.
they're coming in and making a statement. They're coming in and making a statement. So, all right, let's move on from the Steelers. I had enough Steelers talk. Hey, what's up, Mike? Giants and Cowboys. Giants are garbage.
Next.
Sorry, Rob Smith.
Next.
Giants and garbage.
Find out this-
But let me ask you this. Everybody got really excited the last few times the Cowboys have played because Dak has gone off the chain, playing
14 touchdowns.
low-level teams. What happens when Dak plays somebody who's a little bit better? Are we
It
going to
is
see the real
NFL.
Dak? Huh?
Still in the NFL.
Yeah. Are we going to see the real Dak? What's happened to Tony Pollard? Have you heard his name lately? No.
He
So-
ain't Ezekiel.
No. And they put a lot of money into Pollard playing, and they were willing to move on from Zeke. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to him. Herbert, do not throw your TV in Black Hill's leg for us, please. So,
He has 2 touchdowns.
Who?
Pollard. 2 touchdowns, 500 yards. Week
That's
going into
shocking.
that's week 10.
That's shocking.
They thought they were going to get so much
I
out
thought
of
he was
it.
going to get featured.
yeah, he was the feature. That's why they were willing to move on from Zeke.
Yeah.
That money, of course.
Zeke needed.
Yeah, that money, of course. Commanders and Hawks. This was a pretty good game, guys.
It was a real good game.
Yeah, Commanders went out to the
He's
Hawks.
not-
It was a
Seahawks.
29-26 final score. Mike, I agree with you. And we say this, I think every show we talk about Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Watson and I
How
saw
does
this.
he do that?
And we saw this 2-3 years ago. Watson and I saw this. I watched this kid perform in person.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just has that it factor. He has that it factor. I do think the Commanders are, whether they win or lose, I do see them making strides forward. I do see the little things that you need to do. Maybe they won't be that team this year.
We're not. It's perfect. Just keep dropping down the draft. Move up the draft board and get one of the best offensive linemen. They'll be good with that. And then 1 or 2 other offensive linemen.
Let me ask you this:
Tight end.
you
We'll
replace
get you
tackle
Well,
or
Chooks.
center?
I would go tackle first if that's available. I would get best available, honestly.
Right or left? Or doesn't it
I
matter?
don't even know.
And we'll trade you Chooks. We'll give you Chooks.
They have 5 picks in the top 100. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's big.
yeah.
Are they going to know what to do with them?
That's the other key. So
Is Magic Johnson a part of that?
he needs to get somebody in that can do that. They need to get rid of Riverboat.
He's gonna
Rock.
make it. He's gonna make it
The
happen.
enemy's going to be the guy.
Hopefully.
No, here's
I
going
like
to be the
Magic,
guy.
baby.
I like being.
So here's my question: if the enemy becomes the guy,
Yeah.
who's going to be the OC, or is the enemy going to still call and they're going to
I
have to
was
figure it
wondering
out?
that too. I don't know.
Does he go to
Maybe he
Kansas
gets
City?
a guy like have the same setup like Kansas.
Get the quarterback coach?
They can work together.
Yep.
Hey,
They need a legit GM.
I said this last time, and I've been hearing it a lot. I heard it yesterday, sitting on the couch. They've been talking about
Richard
Belichick.
Whiskey?
No.
No, they've been talking about Belichick a
To do
lot.
what?
Mike, I
Huh?
just read this morning. Good.
Coming
Do
to,
what?
coming to DC.
Oh, man.
They've been talking about Bill, and I hope it doesn't happen.
He just wants to be closer to his mom in Annapolis.
He's out of touch, man.
I
Like Hall
want-
and Oates, man.
I want the
Out
enemy.
of touch. Out of time.
I want the enemy to get that job.
I do too.
I want the enemy.
I do too.
Anybody but Belichick.
I think it's time for him to move on.
Yeah.
He can hang out with Jimbo, do some fishing down there, and that's it.
Get somebody exciting.
On the Potomac.
On the-
You know, you were saying about somebody coming in and coaching the Steelers having the opportunity. Slow it from Houston,
I don't know who that is.
So OC.
offense coordinator.
Oh, okay.
He was the quarterback's coach in San Francisco. Went
Yeah.
down to Houston.
Okay.
Look at what he's doing down there.
So with the Skins in 13.
Yep. We're going to get to that. I got that down.
Nice.
Last game I want to talk about with you guys, I think it's the last game I have written down, was the Texans and Bengals. Yeah, it is. Texans came going back, man. They came back with a
They're
vengeance.
not messing around.
Are they good?
Stroud's going to be the first quarterback to come out of Ohio State, in my opinion, ever. That's legit.
Art Sleetzer.
It's
He has
funny
2
how-
INTs.
Art Sleetzer.
Schleister sucked.
It's funny how they came out of that
I'll tell you what, he picked games for you.
looking like geniuses, didn't they?
Yeah,
Trade Watson.
yeah.
Trade on
Who I never thought was that good anyway.
Hey,
Got 3 number 1s.
how would you like to be sitting in Carolina's boardroom knowing that you missed on him?
Could have had him.
Mike, what did I tell
You
you?
took Terry.
Can't miss.
You took a kid with a body like Terry.
Who's better it is?
Hey,
Yes.
I told Mike sits right next to me in the office. And I kept telling Mike,
He little.
Stroud. I just don't buy
Everyone
any
in the
young.
office said that. Corpus said that. Carry the
I just don't buy young.
Tom Tupa was pretty good.
Tom Tuba?
Yes.
He's a punter.
at the state.
He's a quarterback too. Played both.
You
knew that?
He went both ways?
Pause.
Was he like Dwight Howard?
Pause.
He was like the big juicy with the frizz you got down on there.
Peach Izzy.
Oh, shit. Hey, but seriously, are we going to see the Texans win that division?
How cool would that be?
Possibility.
Who else is there?
On the goodness. I mean, like,
It would make Coach.
Who else is there? Who else is that? Who else? Colts?
Indianapolis,
Oh yeah. Who else? Come on.
Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Jacksonville.
Tennessee, and Jacksonville.
Tennessee.
Jacksonville's going to win
It was all sad teams.
it. Jacksonville won it.
You think?
Yeah.
How about that?
You think they can beat?
That'd be great if they
I
did.
want to see them match up now. I want to see Jacksonville and
Yeah.
Houston match up now.
That'd be
Because
good.
I could see Houston beating
That's
them.
probably the last game of the season too.
Yeah, they try to line that like that.
That would be nice.
I like how they put them play earlier and then they play them at the end.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Is Singletary going to stay as the lead back since he's ripping it off?
Yes,
When
he
Damian-
fits the offense.
But when Damian Pierce comes back, I mean, that's
Trade him. He doesn't fit there. He doesn't fit that scheme. They say.
interesting.
Yeah, I got Singletary on flex. Fantasy.
Just
He was
because you got him on
odd
fantasy
last
doesn't
week.
mean you don't fit that scheme.
I
He
got
don't-
Singletary, but
He
they were
don't fit
saying
his scheme.
they were saying Singletary was going to play because he fits the scheme. That Pierce, they type when they should trade
Singletary from Buffalo.
Devin. Did he? I don't know where he came from.
That's where he
Plays
goes.
for
He
Texas.
did come from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay, so here's my question about the Bengals now. Okay, you've got
Bungles.
Burrow, Mixon, Chase. Nice three, right? Nice three. Do they ever regain the form they gained 2 years ago to make a run at the Super Bowl again?
Burrow's out.
And I'm not talking this year though.
Yeah.
I'm just not talking this year.
So next year, you're saying, could the Bengals do that?
They got to pay Chase. They got to pay him.
That's what I think the problem is right now because this was the year that they were supposed to do it because you got to start paying people now. So yeah, now you can't pay everybody. Everybody can't be paid. Let's people say, hey, for the sake of the team, I'll take. That doesn't happen.
Well, they already said they're moving on. Listen, they already said they're moving on from Higgins. You know what Higgins said?
Oh wow.
I'm hurt. Okay?
Higgins is the number one.
You think over Chase?
He's a 1B.
They don't do the right. They don't move Jamar around. Chase. They
Something.
Oh, you mean like they do with George Pickens in Pittsburgh?
His route running too is just
No, it's
They
similar to Pickens.
chop it up.
Very similar.
Chase only has two
All
routes?
vertical
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Why not feature him like Tyreek Hill gets featured? Like, I don't understand.
I don't think these guys can get open.
He's a different receiver.
Chase definitely can.
Yeah.
Okay. That dude's legit.
That's why receiver university got their LSU.
I like
They're
him.
in Ohio State.
I'm a big
I mean,
fan.
those two schools put out probably the most unquestionably best wide receivers in the NFL. Unquestionably.
He's not as fast as Tyreek Hill. He's much bigger,
I'll take it.
but he's athletic. He's very athletic.
Can he run the tree?
I definitely think he can run the tree.
Okay.
I think he graduated with 2.0, so we're good.
Odds are out. Evens are in.
I just think the Bengals.
If you don't know the difference between a 2 and a 4, just run out.
I think the
Just
Bengals
run
got
in.
one more year. I think their window's one more year. I think their window's one more year. In my opinion, because then the money has got to start getting
Cherry,
shelled
the
out.
official recorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
T-Sizz.
We're not even going to count Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Pittsburgh.
It's got to be Pittsburgh. So many injuries.
Browns.
Jag. What a jag.
Wow.
You better not come home from Thanksgiving because
Uh,
I tell you what, people
Sam
burying
is
him.
swimming
Eating him
upstream.
up.
Hey, you know what, Rasheed? I'm with you, bro.
I know.
I just know the way the Steelers are going to approach this
Remember
game.
Ryan Mallett?
Mhm.
Yeah, he beat us. Showed up on Wednesday.
Who?
Ryan Mallett.
Right.
Out in
God rest his
Baltimore.
soul, baby. Poor guy drowned.
That's right.
Poor guy drowned.
Showed
Hey,
up in Baltimore on
Chicago,
Wednesday.
Detroit. Is this across the board?
Who's Chicago, Detroit?
Chicago's in
Deep Town.
Definitely gonna be Detroit.
Irving. Detroit, baby.
Detroit.
My boy Irving. That's his team.
All right. Chargers at Green Bay.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'll go Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers. Give me the Bolts.
Awful though.
I'm right there.
Cross the board.
Vegas at Miami.
Miami. Cross the
I'm
board.
gonna go Vegas.
The Vegas A's.
I'm gonna go Vegas.
How?
Give me
Because they have Antonio Pierce, the coach.
Yeah, okay.
you know what? He's made a difference.
I'm going to send him some cigars,
Okay,
but still give me
difference.
Miami.
All right.
Dude, he has got their attention.
Okay.
You know what he does? He gets the best players the ball.
Okay.
Genius.
This is a good
That could have
game.
happened a little bit
This
more
is a
last
good game
night.
for your skins.
Don't even.
Okay, for your
Skins.
Commanders, for your Washington
Skins.
whatever the hell they call them. Giants are in
Skins.
DC.
Commanders.
DC. Let's just say DC.
Skins, baby.
I'm
going
going to see what they
DC
change the
across
name.
Go, Mickey.
Dallas at Carolina.
Dallas.
We have
Dallas.
talking about this.
We can get 22 people out in the streets
Young.
in Carolina.
Sorry.
I'm playing Dak over Mahomes this week
Ooh. Okay.
because Carolina is playing Dallas.
Well, they might just run the ball a lot, but be careful.
I doubt.
Oh, that's a good decision.
Tennessee and Jacksonville. This is a good game.
This is
That's
a great
not
match.
Jacksonville.
It's not
I
a
scored 3 points.
Give me the Jags.
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Wait, where is it?
I'm going on.
It's in Jacksonville.
Jags.
I'm going Tennessee.
All right.
Duval.
I'm gonna go with you, Mike. I just think that the
Pause.
defense. I just think that Tennessee is gonna continue with the scrambling his brain because it's not Tennessee's defense is the issue; it's their offense.
Right.
You know.
Can't
Like Arizona at Houston.
Is this Murray's comeback? Is this his?
You played last week.
He did?
Yeah.
Arizona Houston.
You played pretty good, too.
Oh, Houston.
Oh, yeah, we're crossing.
Isn't that crazy?
Cross the
You're
board.
like,
Frisco, Tampa Bay and Frisco.
we all got
Frisco.
services.
49ers.
Cross the board.
Got a lot across the board this week, guys.
That's 6.
Jets at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Listen, Jets defense, man.
They're legit. I'm going Buffalo.
Too legit to quit. I'm going with Buffalo, baby. I'm going with the love.
Young, what do you think?
Give me the Bills. Mafia.
Okay.
Would you
That-
jump? Would you jump
Cross the
on
board.
one of them tables?
Oh, I would.
No.
What the heck?
That's no.
I'd be,
I've seen too many.
I'd be breaking all kind of
Man, you're
stuff.
gonna sit your old ass
I don't wanna
down.
come
I mean, I'm the old man. Rasheed, what you doing?
No.
No, all right, so I'm.
You jumping off of this? You mean?
I could.
No.
I'm not very smart.
You jumping off Bosco's van, maybe?
We got next.
I teach high school. I'm not very smart.
That's
We
it.
got Seattle with the Rams.
Oh. Cross the board. Across the board. Across the board.
Sure. Seattle, everybody Seattle?
Across the
I'm
board.
taking the Rams.
Oh,
All right,
no.
nice. It could happen.
Puka and Cooper.
No. Cooper, that's like a law
Might
firm.
happen.
Puka and Cooper.
Law firm or a bad
Minnesota
alcohol
at
drink.
Denver. Dobbs versus Russ.
I'm going with my boy Dobbs, baby.
I'm
No,
going Denver.
no eyebrows.
This is in Mile High.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
going
going-
Denver.
I'm going with Denver. Is that across the board?
Young, who you going?
No, wait. I said Minnesota.
That's why I have many.
Oh, okay. No, it's not across the board. What about to say? It's my boy.
Where's the game?
It's in Denver.
Mile High.
Denver.
Mile High.
4 in a row. Put up the 4s.
4 in a row. B94.
I will tell you this.
Play well.
I have Justin Jefferson in my fantasy league, and he is not playing again this week. Yeah, he's out. This will be 6 game in a row. He's been out.
He's known as that.
Last game,
He's been doing the gritty.
because that game is a Sunday night game. Philly at Kansas City.
Whoa, what a game.
Kansas City. Okay, Sizzle.
I really want to take Philly, but
No, you
the
don't.
fact that it's in,
It's
Kansas
across
City.
the board.
I'm struggling with this one.
What do I
Across
see
the
happening? Do I see
board.
Philly's defense? Man.
No, the secondary is terrible. It's banged up.
Terrible.
They get busted
Did
up
it hurt?
with Mahomes. Come on, y'all.
I go KC.
You guys better go.
KC.
I told you. I said
Going for my brother-in-law, Jake. I'm going KC
Hey,
for him.
I just kind of feel like
the snake plumber.
Oh, Rishi Rice.
Who's that?
That's the number one receiver in Kansas City.
That's crazy.
Oh, no,
That is
three. He was like 8.
R-A-S-H-E, Rashi Rice. Rashi Rice.
He was like
Rashi
number
Rice.
8 or something.
Yeah, he's the number one guy.
Where'd he go? SMU?
He only has 400 yards. He's their number one guy. How crazy is that?
What about Kadarius Toney?
How
All
about
right,
the check out?
let's go here, guys. This is the main segment.
All right.
Oh.
Squeeze. The main
Coaching
squeeze.
is the backbone for all sports. But my guy Rasheen has a different take on it. Sheriff.
I say when you're in high school and college partially, then yes, coaching is it. But if you've been drafted to play in the NFL or NBA, LB, whatever the league may be, I don't think there's much that another grown man who hasn't reached that pinnacle can teach you. What can he tell you? If I'm covering people and he never played defensive back, what's he telling me? And that's why we got so many bad teams now, bad offenses, bad defenses, because of bad coaching. What can you teach a grown-up? That's like teaching me like new sex moves. Like I'm a grown-up. Like there's nothing else to teach me.
Have you ever read Kuma Sutra?
No, I haven't.
All right, you might want to get into that.
Okay, well, whatever the case may be.
Kama Sutra, whatever.
Go ahead, y'all can go on, do what y'all got to say, because I just,
Noobs.
I mean, I definitely disagree. I think coaching is essential. I think you gotta have. So say I'm a DB's coach, I still have to coordinate all that stuff. I have to tell those guys, like I have to make sure the corner, the safety, the corner, and the nickel are all on the same page. Like we have to be able to coordinate everything and work together.
Well, they're in man, though.
How often do they all run just zero?
Okay.
They don't. I mean, there's a lot of
The Browns, Jets.
Nah, they don't all run. It's
Not all
a
the time.
variation.
Okay.
They're all variations.
Okay.
You always have help over the top for.
So you guys are saying you need coaches to call the plays,
to coordinate everything.
schemes. You're not teaching me nothing, brother.
No, I think
You're not teaching me that. Like I seen last night at the high school game where the receiver would come off the sidelines right here, and he'd be way out here. He's way out here on the sideline, and they got the DB right here. Where should the DB be? Where should he be? Yeah, because there's nowhere to go but in.
He's pushing it to the side.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's what I'm saying.
No, but
You're not teaching anything.
No, but I think you need someone to evaluate your technique, and it doesn't hurt to have a professional who that's all they do their whole life is their job is to help you be a better technician at whatever you're doing. I'll take the discus or the shot put as an example. Say I throw the discus in the Olympics, right? I know everything there is to know about the Olympics, right? I mean about the discus. I can throw the discus, I can videotape myself, I can self-correct, but it still helps to have a second set of eyes to say, hey, you need to turn the right foot just a little bit more. Get your right foot ahead of your.
Is that
these little things make
right? But is that coaching?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I was going to say the same thing because I'm coming from a baseball point of view, thinking about a pitcher or a hitter. They know how to hit. They know how to throw a ball 100 mile an hour. But there's those mechanics and exactly what you were saying. It's constant fine tuning and having that second set of eyes to help coach them up.
And also, are we saying coach them up when it's somebody like a 5th round pick from wherever? Because like, what are you teaching guys like Aaron Donald? What are you teaching guys like Deion Sanders?
The exception. Aaron Donald's the exception, but you got to coach all the other guys out.
Deion Sanders is an exception.
Yeah.
So you're saying the 5th round guys?
There's a core of guys
Okay.
that are,
Elites.
let's just say, elite at their craft.
Well, okay, so take the Rams. You said defense tackle for the Rams. Take the 53-man roster. How many of those guys are elite? One. So 52 guys need to be coached. And not only that, I don't think any of us are great self-critics. Like I don't think anybody in the world, especially kids nowadays, the youth, they are not good self-critics. Like they are like, mommy and daddy have told me I'm great. Why didn't you give me an A? Why didn't you give me an A? I should get an A.
I'm good at self-critiquing.
Okay.
I can watch a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, but I'm talking
A 30-year-old I can't do.
I'm talking about kids.
Okay.
And when I say kids, even 20-something year olds, they're not good at self-critiquing. their image of themselves is so much higher than what it really is.
I agree with that.
So it helps to have somebody
I hear that all the
around
time,
you and kind of put you in your place and say, you know what, you're really not. There's 28 other guys in the league that are better than you at corner.
But is that coaching?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's motivating.
Yeah,
it's
somebody has to
coaching.
tell you that this is what's going on. And the head coach and the defensive coordinator or the head coach and the offensive coordinator, that's not their responsibility unless they're a position coach.
Mhm.
The position coach's responsibility is to refine you, to play the system that the defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator is putting in place. The head coach oversees what they're doing, signs off on the game plan for all three of the coordinators so that everything is running smoothly. It's even like on the offense. There's a guy who tells you what you should run based on what they see. Usually the offensive line coach is the run game coordinator.
Okay.
Because he knows the finer points of what his line can do, and he can adjust his line as you're going forward. If you're not running the ball like you said you should when you looked at film, he puts his guys, he sits them down and he says, look, we need to adjust because here's what they're doing to us to take this away that we thought we could have. Now we need to go ahead and do this.
So, but all I'm hearing is game plan. I'm not hearing, hey,
Technique.
yes.
I think technique should be reviewed. Right, I'm sure.
Technique is part of game
They're
planning.
graded out every single play. They're graded.
Every sack guy who gets sacks, they have their own move. So you think the coach will say, hey, man, Haskell, try this spin.
Yeah,
I'm sure they work on that.
yeah, and let's work on that. But you
Harrison,
know what?
you gotta get flat.
They're starting to catch on that. So let's go ahead and do the bull rush and do the rip after that now because they're catching on your spin. They're stepping out to your spin, or they're stepping down to your spin. Let's do this bull rush. I want you to get up under here with the fake step to the outside and then do the inside rip. Like these guys are looking for that point specifically in terms of what they want you to apply as an individual.
So I recently went to a clinic, I guess 2 years ago or whatever. It was a coach who had coached in the NFL, and he said the number one thing the NFL guys want is they want to know what you can give them to make them better. If you don't have anything to make them better,
Okay.
then they will not respect you as a coach. So to gain the respect, you better be deep in knowledge, and you better be able to get them better. That was his.
I think that's at any level too, and especially coaching young men. They want to know how much you know.
Well, I can say, like I'm saying, high school, I can agree. College, yes. I don't know, man.
Listen, how old are you?
49.
Okay, you're 49. The game evolves. Okay, it's like that thing I sent you about Babe Ruth today. Babe Ruth was top of this fucking game forever. Okay, yes, race was a thing then. You didn't have Hispanic, you didn't have Black, you didn't have Latino, you didn't have Asian. None of those guys. All right, but now you've got every guy possible that can play in Major League Baseball. What makes them different? What makes it better? Because I'm working on New Guys was working on a new weight program that helps to bring out the best in you. He's putting that out there. So this year, he's done that. Next year, I'm working on something analytically that we're going to fine-tune on to make you even better from that perspective. That's what these guys are working on in the offseason. These guys aren't sitting at home eating bonbons on the couch.
I know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys have got to refine their
bottoms.
But does that make sense to you?
That does make sense, yes.
Yeah. You know what, though?
Everybody at the bar, I can cover. Him.
Oh, but you can't cover her. She looks like she can get out after her. But at the end of the day, Rasheed, the one thing I will agree with you on 100% is I think you can't call it nepotism, but Mike's my buddy. I just got a head coaching job. Mike's going to come in and coach for me.
No,
But that's different, though, if he got a job and gave you a job. Because I know that you're
I might
good
not
at
be
what you
good
do.
at my job, though.
But you are. That's not true. I already know that. So that's not true. That's not true. So that's different when you bring somebody in and then your defense stinks.
you bring in guys that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot of these teams stinking, man. A lot of these coaches.
okay, I'm going to go this
Are you
direction.
comfortable or confident? I'd rather be.
I'm going to go this direction with you, though. And this is again, I'm going to go to the Steelers just because I know them so well. Matt Canada was behind Myers getting hired as the offensive line coach, and the guy who got hired as the Steelers receivers coach, Frisman.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
you're talking
So he had experience with those guys. He brings in those guys
because they're going to be like,
because they're comfortable with him. Okay, they were coaching a Carolina offense that ranked in the bottom 3 of the league. Now, god dang, I'm not bringing in Mike to coach for me when he's coaching somewhere else. If he's my boy.
Right.
Okay, I'm not doing the same thing with you. I'm bringing in guys that can get the job done. I want to win. At the NFL, it's like a business. You don't go into a business saying, I just want to be 500 in my business and break even every year.
Right.
And that's where my problem comes in with Mike Tomlin. And I'll be honest with you. This is where my problem comes in. Everybody cites that he is a 500 and better coach, but he doesn't win at the next step.
I don't want to be 500.
But the business probably isn't just breaking even. Just like Bob Nutting's business isn't just breaking even. They're making money on all kind of stuff.
As losers.
Exactly. They're making money on
As
all
losers.
kind of stuff, so it doesn't matter what the record says.
Did you get called by the Pittsburgh Steelers to buy season tickets?
Not yet.
Okay, but how close are you?
They say close.
Okay, so he's very close after a handful of years. You know why he's very
20-something.
close? Because that team is not performing at a superior level. If they were still performing at a superior level in the playoffs, winning a couple of games, Young's name would be way down on that list. But now it's getting to the point where people who are spending that money to buy those tickets are kind of like, all right, great, this guy's 9-8 again this year.
You get Commanders tickets.
I'm good.
50-yard line, bro.
I'm good.
You can go on Vivid any day.
Show up and
Take
play.
that shit. I told Young we're trying to go to see Kiss here in a few weeks in Baltimore,
Yeah.
and I've been watching the tickets are dropping.
Uh-oh.
They're at $77.
Where the hell's Kiss going to be?
They're going to be at Baltimore Arena.
Oh,
I'll give you a shout out if you want to go see Kiss.
What's that? That downtown area? That downtown?
It's
Yeah.
right. It's literally
That
right.
dump?
No, you won't reach up there.
No, it's that dump.
Where is it?
No, it's a nice
No,
arena.
it's
They
a
just
nice
redid
arena.
the whole. They just redid the whole thing.
It's a nice one.
I don't know what Kiss sings. I want to
Sure.
rock and roll all night long.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
You know Detroit Rock City. Everybody knows Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Everybody knows Detroit Rock
Okay,
City.
2. That's it.
You're good.
Back,
There's a few you'd recognize.
but
We don't paint our faces or not.
I mean,
come on.
this year we'll see. If I take the day off, I might pay my shit up.
Oh, that'd be
Or
wild.
I'll come in looking like Ace Frehley in school.
Playing the bass
Hey.
guitar.
So those coaches, like, do they have to play Division I? Do they have to play at the next level?
Did Andy Reid?
I don't know.
Did the guy?
I hope
You
not.
can't keep using those guys.
Did the guy from
Mike
Miami?
McDaniel?
No,
Is
he's a
Shanahan-
ball boy.
is Shanahan?
Yeah,
Did the
listen.
guy from Miami Heat?
Oh shit, that's you.
Did he what?
Did he play anywhere?
I don't know. Who are you talking about? The head coach? Spoelstra?
Yeah, supposed to.
I don't know where he played. I don't agree with none of
He
that.
did.
He played with
He
himself.
played
in the
field
film
in
room.
junior high.
He was in the
I
film
don't know
room.
how I feel about guys who didn't play. I don't
This
know.
is what I think.
What can you teach me if you didn't play?
Listen, this is what I think. I think the best coaches are guys that played that were limited athletically, that had to figure out a way to overcome their lack of
I like
athleticism
that.
to be able to be proficient at what they did.
There's so many guys who like they just can't explain what they did. Like I don't know if Troy Polamalu could explain what he did. He was just a freak on the field. He just had that instinct.
They just turn them loose. No
I don't want to
coaching.
say Troy you
I'm sure
would
he
be
got
or
some
wouldn't
sort
be a
of
good
coaching.
coach, but
But
there's
they were
players
top
like that who just can't
Right.
put it into words
Like-
because they just ball.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah. He's like Troy Polamalu.
Dan Marino, like, how does Dan Marino explain to somebody how to throw the ball when it comes out so natural for him? It's just
Dan Marino's the only guy I saw that took a step straight back like this.
Yeah.
He didn't take a
shuffle
regular.
back
Yeah,
up,
he just.
back
We had
up.
this kid one time walking
Danny
his
Fouts
ball.
did.
Jeffrey Jackson. God bless Jeff. He was a good kid. Jeffrey Jackson. That's what he did. I remember one time.
Back up?
Yeah, he did it, Dan Marino. And Watson looks at me, I look at him because Jeffrey thought he was a quarterback. Watson looks at me, I look at him. Watson says, Marino, is he? I said, oh, hell no.
Oh,
You know, he tried to think. I
He
said,
could have been Jimmy Marino.
But you think about those guys who've been gifted, like even like Michael Jordan in basketball. Like, how does he coach someone like he was so gifted?
Right.
With, you know?
He wasn't good at coaching.
He wouldn't be.
He
He'd
stunk.
be frustrated.
He was so yeah. He was
But there's those guys who are devoted and dedicated to studying the game who can X and O like crazy.
That's how I became.
X and O is something different again.
What I do.
But being able to communicate it and putting people in the right positions and getting them ready to execute.
But then you got a guy like Mike who went and played at Wake Forest. He learned a whole ton of shit going the whole way through.
Right.
He played under a great high school
Yes.
coach in Harville. He went to Wake Forest. He played under a really good coach there. He learned. He's a smart guy.
But I was limited athletic. I had to
Right.
work. I had to work for
But then you came into being a really
He's modest.
You know, in my opinion, you came into being a superior high school head coach. If you were,
I was around Midtown. I get people.
you had good talent, Mike,
He's
but
modest.
you put the pieces of the puzzle in place to be really good. You know? And you held accountable. You said, look, Rasheem, you're coaching my receivers. I'm holding you accountable to my receivers. Young, you got my DBs. You're accountable.
Yeah, my guy's a get back coach. All right, I got
But you know what I mean?
the DBs.
Yeah.
So we don't know what some of these guys can do that are successful either, but we do know that right now, there's some of the things we know about NFL coaches. It's an offensive-minded game because offensive-minded teams with head coaches are the ones that are winning.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
We do know that. Okay? We do know that. So, hey,
We brought some light to Rasheem today. We brought some Rocky Rasheem. He's back in the gym.
here's the thing about it, though. Y'all don't know this about Rasheem. He challenges us, and I never get upset with it. But the only problem is he starts challenging our asses at about 9:30 at night when we got to get up and teach. But he challenges our thinking, and I love that about our show, and I love that about having Rasheem on our show. But how about this? He talked about a guy like Darrelle Revis. He talked about a guy like Dion. He talks about a guy like Aaron Donald. Do you build your team around that guy and let that guy do what he can best?
Well, if you get one of those guys.
Prime, yeah, that was known. That's what it was known. Prime, you got this side of the field. We're gonna do what we do here, but this is you here.
And he went from Dallas to San Francisco, and they won, right?
Yeah, the same
Dallas won. He went to San Francisco, they won. Like the championships followed
Him and Revis did this.
him. I
That's
forgot
what
they
they did.
for Baltimore. I showed the kids a video on Friday of Ray Lewis mic'd up, and he sat down on the bench at practice. Deion sat right next to him. Kids are like, Coach Prime. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's Coach Prime.
That locker room is crazy. That locker room. Be
Yeah, Dion had this side, and everyone else played in this room.
Dion had half the field. Everyone.
He had that
You
side.
three guys get the other half.
Ed Reed, I mean, there was some dudes. It was pretty. Those guys from Miami were amazing.
Yeah.
The 2001 process was sick.
Hey, check this out.
There
Luke's
it is.
put this out for us. This is the 2013 Redskins staff, when they were still called the Redskins.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle Shanahan, who's now
How did
the head
that
coach
go?
in San
Let's talk
Francisco.
about that. How they let him go?
They had Dan Snyder as the owner.
Matt LaFleur, who's done a solid job in
Okay.
Green Bay. I'll say
Yeah.
solid, not spectacular.
Solid.
He's the head coach. McVay with the Rams, won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. And he's doing well with the shit he has this year. Okay.
Who's the head coach?
Shanahan, the older Shanahan.
Oh,
Look, Mike McDaniel was there. He's now the
Yeah,
head
that
coach
was-
of the Dolphins.
yes,
Slowick, who's the 36-year-old offensive coordinator from the Houston Texans, and Chris Forster, who's the O-line coach for the Niners, which is a dominant O-line. Raheem Morris, who's been a head coach in Tampa, and now is the defense coordinator in San Francisco. So that's a stat.
So that's nepotism right there because they knew each other. He come back.
No, these guys do a good job at what they do.
Yeah.
Nepotism is when you bring somebody in like
I bring you in to coach my receivers.
no, because I can definitely coach wide receivers. That's easy.
But
That's easy.
Shanahan knew him from.
Nepotism. Hold on. Nepotism is when. Hold on. I just seen it. I said, what the hell?
Power and relative. That's what it is.
It is.
Giving
but-
a job to
or your friend.
Giving a job to a
Right.
friend.
But wait, who? I just seen one. I said, why the hell? Shit, I can't remember. But nepotism, yeah, that's when you bring somebody in, and you know they, and everyone's like, what the hell are they doing here?
Well, it's like your son. You hire your son to be the DB's coach.
If he's good at it, that's okay.
Well, that's it. Shanahan was the head coach. and he
That's
hired
great.
his son
That's
as
all
his
good.
coach.
Shanahan in San Fran. I said that's nepotism for me.
So
Yes, but that's different because both Shanahans know how to coach. It's known that they can coach.
But it wasn't at the time. His son,
Raheem Morris coached with young Shanahan in D.C. Young Shanahan's in San Fran,
Listen,
and Raheem Morris.
Nepotism is fine when your staff is good. It's just bad when your staff isn't.
right.
But it's still nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism's good when you got a good staff.
You think Clip's coaching nepotism right now?
Who? Who coach?
His kid's like running around with balls on the sidelines. That's it.
Well, yeah, his kid kicked the ball on the field and he had it down on the 10-yard line. I'm thinking, I'm ready to go, hey, kid, get the ball on the field. And then I realized that was Clip's kid.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Clip, if you heard that, man, don't yell at your kid, but that happened. I was texting him this morning about it. Yeah.
If your team stinks, nepotism's killing it. But there's a lot of people in the NFL that have jobs because they know somebody.
So what's the difference between good and great then? Because Rashid asked that question.
Good and great.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Coaching wise,
Coaching.
Players.
Coaching wise.
great. The difference between good and great is
The record.
Deion Sanders and any other cornerback. Great and good.
What you mean?
Well, coaching wise, I think the difference is maximizing your potential. So, like, we talked about the Duke guy, right?
Uh-huh.
I think he's a great coach, even though his team is, I don't know, 7-4, something, whatever.
Because he's at Duke,
He has lesser athletes.
and it's hard
It's
to
hard to get in.
He can't even get kids in.
If you were to go, you'd always talk about that star thing. Like, if you were to go their grades versus everyone else's grades, I bet there's only 3 teams they play that they're better than.
Right. Based off of that.
Yeah, based off of
They
that.
probably got a bunch of 3 and 2s.
Yes, but they develop
Maybe
that
a couple
talent,
fours.
and he puts them in the best position to win.
He got athletes this year.
Keeps them motivated.
He definitely has athletes this year.
He's recruited well.
Yeah.
He's done well the last 2 years.
That's
He's
Florida
recruited well.
kids.
Yeah,
So you got smart kids that can play the game.
which is hard to find.
So could Xavier play them?
If they wanted to, but I don't know. If
Hey,
He can make noise.
oh, you're fine, y'all. You're fine. We're just having fun.
Yeah, I mean, he got athletes.
So,
Yes.
so our kid Xavier from Northwest. If you saw this kid, you'd be like, "Damn, why isn't he going D1 playing for someone legit?" He's a smart kid. He wants to go. What do you tell us, Yale?
Yale right now.
He's
play
gonna
football
go.
there.
He's gonna go there and
Great
play
kid.
football.
He's an awesome kid.
If you saw this
has
kid
kids
play
like that.
and then you talk to this boy, if you saw him play and you talk to this boy, you would never know it's the same person. Like he's so low key.
What's wrong with that?
Great kid.
Yeah, he's
What's he
just
play? Linebacker?
he's like, yeah, he's gonna be probably linebacker.
Yeah, that's a good-
strong safety.
that's a
He
good
can play off ball, yeah.
That's good, because, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
it's
it's that
interesting.
education.
It's kind of interesting to see kids like that. Like we see that a lot.
A little bit. Not like him. He's unique.
Well, we've had some downturn lately.
We've never had any hockey kids.
We've had some downturn lately in terms of high-level D1 kids in our school.
We've had some good D1 kids. We've never had Ivy League.
Are the receivers going to go to the Division One?
The 2 that we have now.
Release and Cam.
25s, they should.
Cam has, and I
But
was
they have
telling,
length.
I was telling Mike this
6'1",
though.
6'2".
Cam Neely's a kid's name. I said it like 3 times.
Cam?
But,
Yeah.
I see something in that boy as a player and a student. Like he takes care of his grades.
He's got He's a
Yeah.
tough ass kid.
I see something in him that some of our other kids that have come through that went on to play D1 that he has that they don't have. And I'm talking kids that are playing currently, and I'm talking kids that have come through there that have skill and talent. This kid has a just different, there's something different about Cameron.
Go to Maryland, son. Maryland.
He's a tough kid.
Yeah,
He is. He's resilient.
I like that kid. And we battled too, brother. We battled,
Great
you
kid.
know, and he knew where I came from. So, all right. We're going to skip the 4 and 5-star stuff because we already talked about that. But I like this. She gave us a final segment we're adding to the show.
The final
Top
segment.
5 all-pro sport power rankings. Any sport out there, okay?
Wow.
We've got basketball, we've got football,
Wow.
and we've got
That's good.
hockey going
There we
on
go,
right now.
JMU Duke fan.
Yeah.
My daughter's a freshman there.
Nice.
Ah.
10-0, they win today.
I don't even know when they play.
But you got that sweatshirt on.
Right. And the t-shirt, that's all I wear.
Yeah.
Go Dukes.
Who do you think is the number 1 team in
All
sports,
sports
right,
right
now?
now.
All sports. Wait. No. All sports. You can throw baseball out there. We're not playing baseball.
Right.
But they did.
Yeah, Texas just won.
No, I can't.
But it
So-
wouldn't be
But
them.
they're not playing.
Like, so we're saying like the Lakers over
It could be anybody, any
Eagles.
sport.
The Lakers
Yes.
ain't even in the top 50.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're picking all sports.
No. Chiefs
Who
won.
are the best team in football?
The Chiefs are not the best team in football right now, Mike.
Who's the best team?
Probably Philly. Actually, Mike, you want to really get down to the nitty gritty, I'd say Houston.
No, what the hell?
No.
Right now,
They haven't done nothing.
No.
Houston came running back against Cincinnati and beat
No.
Cincinnati, who was a Super Bowl contender, with Joe Burrow playing quarterback and no injuries.
They'll get 1 or 2 playoff wins.
Supposedly no injuries. They didn't count it.
All right,
At
let's
the end of
go.
the day, I think they're one of the best teams in football right
I don't
now.
know. Who's
One of the
hockey?
best,
Let's
but
go hockey. Who's hockey? Blackhawks? What are we?
No.
Celtics got to be on that list.
Celtics definitely have to be on that.
Celtics got to be on that list.
What?
Where you put them, 1 through 5.
I don't know how hockey is going right now. How
Is there anybody that's ridiculous in hockey?
Nobody's really running away with it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Edmonton is so bad that even with Connor McDavid and Draisaitl,
I
mean,
they
they're
are 3-9. They had to fire their head coach.
Sheesh. Whatever, trade a lot of people.
If I was going to put anybody at the top in terms of hockey, I'd have the Rangers up there and I'd have Boston up there. Boston is definitely
Yes,
at
Boston.
the top of the list.
Yes.
Boston's at top of the list until the playoffs. Rangers
I
get to
go
the
Boston, because the Celtics are holding it down in the NBA.
You got to go Eagles. Eagles got to be on that list.
Philly,
Wow.
Philly at number 3. So we're
Philly Eagles, not Phillies.
So we're
Are we saying Philly?
we're saying
Bruins,
Bruins,
Celtics.
Celtics, Eagles. Top 3 teams in professional
Hey.
sports right now.
Hey, to be honest with you, Sixers ain't too far off of that list right now either.
Sixers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got rid of Harden.
8-2.
Sixers
And
got
they,
rid
and they beat Boston.
Wait a minute. Are we saying? Is this all time? Is this?
No,
It's
today.
turn.
Right
It's
now.
Today. Right now,
Who said
today.
that?
Jesus.
Wow. You know who their owner is, right? Sixers. You know who the Sixers owner is? He owns the Washington Redskins. Commanders, right?
Really?
That's the Sixers, yeah.
Yes.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all that.
Harris, Josh
Yeah,
Harris,
Josh Harris.
You got all that money.
is
Josh Harris.
what's his name? Middle name Magic.
Oh,
No.
Is he on the Sixers?
No. What about the Dodgers?
Dodgers are in baseball. We're not
Bless
talking
you.
baseball. Bless you, bless
We're
you.
not allowed to say baseball.
No, it's not being
No, we're not
played
either.
right now.
Well, they still.
Oh, I mean,
How
you
about
said
college?
top 5 All Pro sport.
No,
We'll do
no,
this
it can't be
again next
college.
time.
It can't be college. It's
No
all
college.
pros.
You don't think Georgia could line up and beat one of those teams?
No,
Hey.
Georgia could beat them.
Las Vegas Knights.
Oh,
God,
Aiden Hill is the shit.
Yeah, no,
What?
they just won the Stanley Cup
You
last
said no.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we gotta go Vegas.
Top 5, guys.
All right. Go ahead, read it.
Boston Bruins,
All right.
Boston Celtics,
Jeez.
okay?
Philly.
Philly Sixers, Philly Eagles. Well, we'll go Eagles, then Sixers, and then we'll go Vegas Knights. That's our top 5 this week in all sport top 5.
All right, not gonna be Pittsburgh anymore. We're gonna be Boston.
Oh, shit. Noob, give me your.
At Coach Noob on Instagram and Twitter.
There you go.
Formerly known as Twitter, now X.
There you go. Sheen, the dream.
I'm easy to find, baby.
That's what he always says.
Easy. Sheen Hill. Find me, baby. 50-year-old men, sign up.
You get all those requests, don't you?
Yes. And in the spring, listen, in the spring, we
Friend
look.
requests.
In the spring, we
50-year-old
look.
man,
In the
sign
spring,
up.
there you go. Sign up in the spring. We're going to film this.
Pause.
It's going to be on the show.
Pause.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll have a responsibility sheet that you sign off on. Says we are not responsible for your health.
Or any other shit that's going on. 50-year-old man.
Did you want to know about this?
Hey, hope he's not involved.
I got these expenses on the credit card. What is this about?
Come on now.
What these hoes?
Tell me how you find you, sis. We can get you under
You
control.
can find me in Rockwell Brewery. Come on out and give me another beer and one young Terry. Please.
Hey, you can find us at podpage.com, Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. You can also find us on any social media platform, either as OSP with Eminem or Original Sports Podcast. Love my guys. We've had so much fun. Thanks for coming out and joining us today. Go ahead and email us with any questions, comments, concerns. If you'd like to just come out and hang out with us in our next live show, we'd love that to happen. Thanks to Sean and Koviak.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
For doing our voice intro and outro. Charlie Hodgson, who we're going to have out soon to play a little music for one of our shows. And
You sure gotta say something.
and my wife, our webmaster.
Teddy!
Go watch.
See y'all next time.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Podcast.
What do you do?
He said, what do you do? In stream, fool. End it.
Oh my God! I said yes.